as the Boston speaker, Neetu come back this year. So first, we welcome Neetu to give us a keynote address. Okay.
That's my speech now, right? The keynote? Okay. All right, good afternoon once again. I'm back on the stage. I love stages. Happy Mother's Day to each one of you. And thank you once again to Global Motherhood Leadership Summit in San Francisco and Dr. Yanli for having me again. Today I want to talk something which is very close to my heart. And I'm sure each one of you will be able to connect with that. I'll talk about three things: the crown, the guilt, and the comeback. But before that, let me ask you a question. We all have something common amongst us. Any guesses? What is something common among us?
Human being.
Human being, yes. What else? Anyone from this table? We all are amazing. I love that. What else? What else from that table? What is something common? We all have moms. You're closer. Yes, we all are raised by a strong mother. Isn't that? That's something common amongst us. But a mother goes through all the three stages. Stage one, the crown. Stage two, the guilt. And stage three, the comeback. Let's talk about the first stage, the crown. I'm sure when the girls are born, they're raised like princes, isn't it? Our parents take care of us. They nurture all our needs. And especially fathers, they pay a little more attention to the daughters. They are a little more biased. How many of you agree? Raise your hands. Right? I have a witness. I have a son and a daughter, and my daughter always gets that extra attention from my husband. And my husband is right there in the audience. You can check with him. And that is how it should be. So the girls, they start believing that they can become anyone in this world. It's a beautiful relationship. They keep growing, they keep achieving their dreams. Then they get married. And after that, they move to the next stage of their life, giving birth to a new life. What happens during that time? The second stage comes, the guilt. If they are giving enough time to their kids, they're spending time with the family, they have a guilt. What's happening to my dreams? What's happening with my career? And if they give more time to their career, they start feeling guilt. I'm not able to spend time with my kids. And what happens in that hustle and bustle? They start losing themselves. They start losing their own identity. They start having those self-doubts. I have a beautiful story to share which perfectly defines this relationship of guilt. How many of you have heard the name Indra Nooyi? Anyone? She is the ex-president of PepsiCo. How many of you drink Pepsi? Right? We all know that. So she's the ex-president of PepsiCo. The day she was announced as the president, she comes home. She's excited and she says, "Mom, I have a big news to share." And her mom says, "I texted you something. Did you read your message?" She says, "I'll read it, but listen to me." Her mom says, I texted you to bring milk on the way back home because your dad needs chai. He needs tea." And she says, "Okay, I'll get it." She goes, gets the milk, comes home, and then she says, "Here's the milk. I was here to share that I became the president of PepsiCo, and you brought this milk in this discussion?" Her mom says, "Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. But when you come home, leave your crown in the garage. You might be building teams, you might be impacting lives, you might be building companies. But when you come home, you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a daughter, you are a caregiver. And this is the truth. A female, a woman, has to balance all those things. So I was no different. I also faced something like this in my life. I was growing up, again nurtured like a princess. I was made to believe I can become anyone who I want to be. And what I became a mom. At the age of 25, I was a mom of two before I became anyone else. And in that, a lot of voices helped me to get my identity. My child is crying, Mom, I'm hungry. I became a cook. My child says, I'm hurt. I became a nurse. Can you help in my homework? I became a teacher. Can you give me some money? Can you help me? I'm scared. I don't want to go to school. So, in all that voices, what became my identity? I became everyone for everyone. And I stopped becoming myself. Now, what happened after that? Self doubt started creeping in. What's happening with my dreams? What's happening with my ambitions? They just took a side seat, they took a pause. Now, that started impacting my health, and I started getting migraine. I was hospitalized. Now, before I come to the turning point, the comeback story of my life, I want to share a little background. I was born in a family, in a community where birth of a girl is not very much celebrated. But my father stood differently. He said, my daughter is my pride. In fact, he used to, when I was a child, he used to take pride as if I was a national achievement. Before I became one, now I take pride in telling that yes, I've achieved something to make them proud. But those days when I'm on that hospital bed suffering from migraine, I'm just wondering, when will I make my parents feel proud if I don't survive? So I had to do a comeback. I had to transform. We go in a flight, what do they say? First, put your oxygen mask before helping others. Because if you can't breathe, you can't help others. So if I have to do something in life, first I have to build my own self confidence. I have to believe in my own dreams, work on my mindset. So I started working and transformed myself. And after that, I realized there are so many women out there who might also face the same guilt, who might also face that identity crisis. Who are they? I don't want them to lose their dreams. That gave me the courage to start something magical. I run a modeling school by the name Fly, which means first love yourself. Now, under that, I started doing workshops for young moms. Now, what do we do every month? We invite them for different category of workshops. They might not need makeup, they might not need photo shoots, but what they need is just a reminder that they matter, that they are worth it, that their dreams are not lost, that their identity is still there. I still remember last year, I was taking 13 of my pro models to Paris Fashion Week. That was our debut. And this one young mom comes and says, I was a model in my college. I wish one day to go to Paris Fashion Week. And I said, your dreams don't have to wait. You know what I did? I booked a French restaurant. I asked these young moms to come dressed up as if you're walking in the streets of Paris. I hired a photographer. We did a themed photo shoot. And then we published those pictures alongside the professional models in the Paris edition. That little gesture, it made them remind who they are. It made them feel good about themselves. And I think that is what we need to do as a community. A beautiful message out there to help these women remind themselves who they are. So today I want to celebrate all the mothers not for what they do, but for who they are. I see a young little child. I'm sure sometimes your mom might forget to say every day, I love you, but she'll make sure to put fruits in your lunchbox. That's her love language, isn't it? He's wondering, who am I talking to? Then I see a young boy there. When you start driving, your mom is texting and calling all the time. She's not tracking you, she's not interfering. She just wants to ensure that you are safe. That's a silent love language. That's a silent strength. That's a silent sacrifice which we need to take care of. So, my message to all the mothers out there, your crown is still there. It's just that it has become invisible. The guilt will come, but do not lose yourself. You do have the power to come back, create amazing platforms like this, where you can not only nurture your own dreams, but you can nurture yourself as well. So do not give up on that. And I salute all the mothers out there for doing what they are doing. Thank you so much. Proud to be a mother as well. Thank you. Thank you.